Okay, we're going live. Yay. We are live. And it says
Okay.
accepted. So if you guys can just confirm in the chat, then we'll be good to go.
Too many screens to look at.
So many screens. Happy.
Hi, everybody. I think we're live.
So Elizabeth, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Cheever, Creatrix 121, and I'm a Christ consciousness channel. Really excited to be here today.
Yes. And where can we find more information about you?
My website is creatrix121.com, and I'm on Patreon and Facebook.
Excellent. All right. And I am Alanna from alannaheavenly.com. I'm also a channel, and you can check out my offerings there. I'm so excited to be with Elizabeth today. This is our first co-channeling. And yeah, we decided to, I think a few weeks back, you were like, hey, I'd love to do something with you. And I was like, yeah, awesome, let's do that. And then a few days ago, you were on my mind, and I'm like, I think it's time. It's time for us to get together.
We've been on each other's radar and wanting to do this for a long time, and feels like perfect timing now.
Yes. So it's so good to have everyone here. I haven't been live on my channel for, feels like a while. Feels like maybe like a month and a half. So it's really good to be here again. I missed you guys. And we are here to bring through Yeshua and Ma. It's exciting times right now. There's a lot happening with this virus. There's a lot happening around the world, and just a piece that you need at this time, and questions that you have, any support that you need, let us know in the comments, and be happy to channel anything from Yeshua and Kali Ma. Anything from you before we get started?
Oh, in the last couple of weeks, Kuan Yin has been coming through so strongly, and we can never prevent Lilith from busting in the door. Really excited to be here together and do some messages and answer any questions you guys may have.
Yes. So the chat's so quiet right now. I like it when you guys talk. So maybe you're just like listening to us, waiting for us to talk.
Would you like to start with what Kali's been bringing through, and then I can follow up with Yeshua, or what flow feels best in the moment?
I feel like Yeshua wants to open this up.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to play a singing bowl for a moment. I know it's been a little chaotic from everyone, and just relax for a moment and then get into this. I am Yeshua. During these times, I wish to remind you of my humanity, that I was fully human, just as you are, beloveds. I experienced fear. I experienced grief. I want you to know that any emotion you are feeling now, it's safe to feel. It's okay to feel. The timelines now align with what is called Lent, or my 40 days in isolation, in which I truly got to know my mind, my ego, my human fears. I loved being in a body, my wife, my children, my family, the physical well-being of everyone I had known and cared for deeply. Everything was a choice. How I responded to these fears, these thoughts. The mind, the ego, thoughts and emotions, they all serve the self, they all serve the soul, the higher self. They're all part of you. My message is not to judge or shame yourself if you find fear. To the Lightworkers Collective, you are doing a beautiful job anchoring in the light, celebrating the waves of ascension on your planet now. But do not judge or shame yourself in the moments you cannot maintain the highest of vibration. So many of you have chosen the role, especially all the beautiful divine mothers, of holding the cries of suffering, the pain, the fear of anxieties in your own body. As much of the collective cries out in pain, your hearts are so beautiful and compassionate to hold this. But if it does not serve your body to hold it, you may release it. You may choose. Just as multidimensionality is like walking to another room of your home when you don't want to be in that room anymore, when it's bored or not serving you. If you don't want to be there anymore, you can choose a different role. Tend to yourselves first. Get to know yourself deeply. Every part of you. For this is an opportunity in solitude to truly know every aspect of you that is God. I believe in each and every one of you so profoundly. I believe in the God that you are. You are God. Every experience you are having is the perfect experience for you, to serve you. And if you find yourself in thoughts and emotions and frequencies that feel as though they are suffering, you may choose again. In my humanity, I did experience deep grief. My beloved Miriam and I had children who passed in physicality. Yes, we saw and communicated with their souls, being in form or not in form. I offer so much compassion to those of you in grief who have lost loved ones in physicality. You are in a body, and honoring the body to miss those who are no longer in form. I hold compassion. It is okay to grieve, dear ones. You are in this world, but not of this world. Do you have any questions for me?
Beautiful. Thank you, Yeshua. I am Kali Ma. I am here to bring your presence into this very fractal of your beingness. All the little aspects of you, all of the worries of you, I'm here to help you redirect it back into yourself, back into this single point of presence. I'm here to without for you to feel your own emotions and to move through them with grace and compassion, without fear, without worthlessness. I'm here to help you be within all of your emotions without feeling disempowered. But when you truly can own your emotions, that is when you are most powerful. Why should we suppress anything? For I was known as angry, bitter, resentful. For owning all my true emotions. How silly is it? But I know myself, I know me, and I am here to help you know yourselves by being present in this body, in this form that you are so lucky to have. Your questions now, everyone. The first question that I see is from Ariel. She wants to know, what does my higher self want me to know right now?
Yeshua is responding, Ariel, that your higher self wishes you to know how powerful your heart is. Any emotion you feel is okay to feel. If you feel suffering or anxiety or pain in the collective as a divine mother, know how strong your heart is, that you can take deep breaths into your heart, just like the heart womb of all creation, that you can breathe into your heart space and choose peace and choose compassion. And most of all, choose compassion, that every feeling you feel is okay to feel. Honor that. Just as our beloved Kali embraced every aspect of herself, her ferocity, her anger, no matter how others viewed her emotions, she embraced and accepted every emotional aspect of her as being her divinity also. Know the strength of your heart.
Kali Ma says for Ariel, do not be concerned with all the little ones that you believe are in your way. Redirect it back into yourself and they will no longer stand in your way. They are but distractions. They cannot do you any harm. Let us see. I'm trying to scroll up to see.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm not the greatest with keeping up on the chat. I'll see them in the order I do. Thank you for being patient. I see one from Annie. Does Kali have any message for me?
Oh, okay.
I'm hearing that loud and clear.
Kalima is saying, little girl, do not be ashamed, for you are one and you are all and you are loved completely and wholly. Do whatever you want. That's what she's saying, like, do whatever you want. Like, kind of in a like, screw them, do whatever you want. If you want to be in bed crying, do that. If you want to eat your ice cream and running around the house, I see a little you skipping around the perimeter of your house. And she's saying, I don't like using this word, but not giving any fucks, just skipping around, then do that. Just be you. And who cares about the rest? Do you need any more clarification? Is what she asks.
And I hear Yeshua and Annie, you are beautiful and strong and powerful when you embrace your triggers and fiercely voice your own truth. Allow yourself to laugh and play and release so much responsibility for all others.
So Holly asks, how can we release trapped grief? And what Kali Ma is showing me is drums. What she's saying now is to tap into the natural percussion of Mother Earth. Tap into her natural heart space and rhythm. You can feel it when you're in your meditation. I know you can. You are a very musical being. Put your hand to your heart. In a natural pace, like so. And allow your fears and anxiety and anger to come through you, planting it from the Earth's root core through you. The problem is that we are ashamed of these feelings of anxiety and fear. If we allow ourselves to feel them, if we allow ourselves to say, what if our deepest fears happen? What if XYZ were to happen? Instead of building that wall between our feelings, imagine how much better things would be. Instead of resisting these perceivably negative thoughts of ours, why not think of everything as neutral? This may be an answer that you did not expect. I'm not here to tell you that you shouldn't feel a certain way. Be angry, be pissed off, be livid. Cry your heart out because your world's turned upside down, because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Feel everything. That's what you're here to do. You're here to feel, you're here to breathe, you're here to live. And these emotions are all part of being human. why do we want to release them so quickly though?
Yeshua is saying that his beloved Miriam lost her mother, and she had many small children and did not, as you would say, fully release her grief. Why are you in such a rush to release all grief instantaneously? It is okay to hold grief. It is okay that as long as you are in body, to miss your loved ones in body. There is no shame. There is nothing wrong of feeling grief. If you choose that weeping serves you the best, then allow it. If you allow your grief to continue and this serves you, it is okay to miss. You are in a physical vessel. There is no shame. There is nothing wrong with missing others, loved ones. Allow yourself to feel, for all these feelings are part of the God that you are. For those trying to move difficult emotions through your body, I encourage you to connect to sound current, to dance, to sing, to drum, to move your physical vessel, to move energy through you. And the next one I see is a message from Corey. Hi, Corey.
I'm looking at that too.
that you've been having a lot of anger, you keep clearing it, feeling good, and then it returns so quickly, and why this is happening. I'm hearing Kali on this one of, why can't you be angry? Why is it wrong to be angry? Why do you have to dismiss anger so quickly? You are making it wrong to be angry, or that anger must be cleared so quickly for you to be good. What if anger is your empowerment, is your strength, as you coming into your full liberation, power, and force? Why would you wish to dismiss anger so quickly? You love me, Pele and Lilith. You love the empowered, bold, angry, and sometimes pissed off divine feminine. You love this in me. Why can't you not love it in yourself? Allow yourself to be angry. Allow that to be a creative driving force, not something that is bad or must be cleared so quickly. It is a part of your divinity.
Mm-hmm. David wants to know if Kali or Yeshua has any messages for him. Kali Ma is saying to breathe into your heart more. Allow it to open. A lot of people forget that their heart exists and use their mind to create, when instead tapping into your heart by breathing in and out through the heart, literally visualizing breathing in and out through the heart in order to manifest, which is a word that I don't use very often, but it's important to you in order to manifest and to create what it is that you desire. Open up your heart this way. And get used to breathing more. Be outside. No one's locking us in our homes right now. We can go outside and breathe in the fresh air. It is ours. No one can take that away.
And as Elizabeth, very human response to that. I'm living in an area in California that since Thursday, we've been mandatory, like legal lockdown, but we've been encouraged to hike, to exercise, to be outside, to go to the beach, to walk your dogs, just as long as you stay in your family groups and keep appropriate safety distance from each other. So from a very human standpoint, even if it's just your backyard, going outside is so helpful to ground and refresh and reconnect. And even in state ordered lockdown,
Absolutely.
you can still go outside. Nature isn't going to be taken. Okay, let's try to see where we're at with the chat.
I'm in New York City and I'm observing so many people are just feel like they have to stay inside 24/7, and no, you can just step outside for a few. Don't feel like you need to be completely holed up.
No, our beaches are still open. So many happy people you see have their small toddlers and strollers. Everybody's walking their dogs. Yes, it's so good for you emotionally, mentally. You can still go outside.
You can still go outside. And if you're physically unable to go outside, Kali Ma is showing me a person opening up the window, sticking out, and just breathing the fresh air that way. Yeah. What did I say? Did I not say window? Yeah, just like sticking their head out and just breathing in the air that way.
Yeah, Yeshua is showing me like a happy puppy sticking its head out the window. Okay. Lana asks, what is the larger purpose in this global crisis right now?
Do you want to go first, or do you want me to?
If you've got, we're both going to answer that. Go for it.
Kali Ma says connection. You may feel like you're being split apart, but look how much closer everyone is to each other, and look how much closer we are to ourselves. Being forced to sit in a room with yourself all day, people think it's miserable. Disclaimer from me, Kali Ma can be very fierce at times, so please don't take it too personally. She can be catalyzing at times. Okay, back to Kali Ma. She's saying it's pathetic that you cannot be in a room with yourself, by yourself, with your own thoughts, expressions, emotions, feelings. Now that most of these distractions are no longer in place, now that you have nowhere to go but within, you hate it. It's torture for you. It is the thing that you need the most. So instead of feeling like you need to break out of this prison, determine why it feels like a prison to you. What is it that you hate about yourselves?
Okay, I have Lilith kind of busting the door in, and yes, she can be a little triggering and fierce.
Of course.
I am Lilith. There is much insanity and suffering in human societies with working with this connection, with so many people globally suffering anxiety and depression. Just that modern life seems insane, that your systems, that the ways of modern living have not suited so many for a long time. In ways, think of this as a global pause, as a global time out for Mother Gaia to cleanse her waters, for nature to restore, for Earth to rebalance itself. And yes, some in the human collective feel like children being told they must sit in their rooms and all their distractions and toys are put away, that they must sit there and fully face themselves. What sparks your heart? What do you want to create? This is your precious life, being God in a body. What are you doing with it? How are you spending your time? Suddenly, materialism and things don't matter. It is a beautiful opportunity for reconnection to your parents, to your children, to the neighbors. You may not have known their names before, but most importantly, it is reconnecting to yourself, to the spark of creation, to your soul purpose of what you want to create and why. Some of you, I see, enjoy that suddenly you have time to see your loved ones. It's an opportunity. What have you always wanted to do but just never had time to do? Do you want to learn a new language, or how to play an instrument, or a new art project or a hobby? What have you always thought, oh, I want to do that, but then it leaves? Fine. Fine is the real F word. It is the disease of modern society. Oh, I'm fine. Oh, this is fine. You may have been in relationships that did not serve or were downright abusive. There are so many things that were absolutely not fine. You are evaluating yourself, your life, your habits, your relationship with yourself. How do you treat yourself? If it is terrifying to be alone with yourself, why are you scared? What parts of yourself can you not face? Know that there is no sin. Earth is not being punished or condemned. All of you who follow and have been waiting for the events, for the mass awakening, for the waves of consciousness, it is here. But why are more of you not celebrating? Remember your initial awakenings. Some labeled it a shamanic death or a dark night of the soul. Saturn return, pick your labels. But awakening, you must face your darkness and your light. I own my darkness, and so does my beloved Kali. I do not care all the things you have labeled me, bitch and angry and succubus, and none of those are my truth. I own every aspect of whom and what I am. My emotions, my expression, every part of me, whether others view it of darkness or not, it is my unique soul signature. It is my power. I embrace every aspect that I am. And to all those on earth whom are now finding it so difficult to be alone with themselves, with no distractions, with nothing to do but go inward, I ask you to stop labeling yourself, to stop judging and shaming yourself. Every thought, every emotion, your ego, your body, every part that makes up whom and what you are, that is God too. Your light and your darkness. So yes, this is a global timeout for humanity to all as a collective consciousness. Go within. Get to know God within you, to reconnect to yourselves. Yes, nature is healing, the world is resetting. All our galactic families are looking on with so much support and love. Every being you call an ascended master is here with you on every level, holding you, no matter what level of human consciousness you align with. Those in fear and terror and suffering are being held and loved. You are all so radically supported. We are proud of you for sitting in the stillness and the uncertainty. Humanity as a whole has a root chakra blockage. Only when people feel control have they felt safety. This is a time period where all humans on Earth are addressing their fears. Back to your modern triangle pyramid of human needs. Many in this lifetime and for generations have not had concerns of their income if they have a home to live in, or food for their mouths, or if their loved ones will remain healthy. There are so many fears, and collectively humanity is purging fears and returning to knowing that your soul is immortal, whether you are in form or not in form. I am so proud of all of humanity. There are many lessons, and yes, this is your event. This is your wave of ascension. But remember, awakening is terrifying for most and greatly painful for those light workers, those whom are enlightened and have gone through this before. You are now way showers. Hold compassion for all of those in suffering whom are awakening for the first time in very painful ways. Hold that compassion for them and compassions for yourself. It is okay if you feel their chaos and anxiety and panic, but it is not yours to hold in your body. Be compassionate for all, and most of all for yourself. And be compassionate for your darkness. Be compassionate for your rage. Be compassionate for the part of you that says, I don't give any fucks. Right now, I want to watch a movie or laugh and play and do something only for me. This is a return to divine selfishness that you and your relationship with yourself is just as precious as anyone else you care about on this planet. You are no lesser than your loved ones, your relationships, angels or masters. We are all one, and we're all in this together. So take a bubble bath, nurture yourself, do something kind. I hear Yeshua butting in. He's just in the corner waiting to speak. And Yeshua is saying, why so serious? Take a moment to do something loving and fun and playful, and how high of a frequency laughter is. And when you hear yourself laugh or feel yourself smile, all those happy hormones and neurotransmitters are released. Light workers, the planet doesn't need to be saved. There's nothing you have to do. All is well and wonderful and glorious. Do something kind and loving for yourself. Allow yourself to play, to rest, to do nothing, to create. Self-inquiry, go into your hearts. What do you want to do in this moment? You owe nothing to others. What is best for yourself? It is a return. The divine selfishness is holy too, and to rebuild the relationship you have with yourself.
Ma says, what do you choose to do with your time now that you have it? Have a pity party for yourselves? Or spend it the way you've always wanted to? Are you going to continue to be stuck in the old world, in old energy, or be renewed within this light?
It It is all a choice, dear ones.
Exactly.
And if you feel yourself in anxiety or despair or feeling trapped, it is okay, whatever you feel or experience. But you are sovereign creators. You do not have to stay in that frequency. It is a choice. Some may choose to view it as a home vacation and a chance to do all the things you wish to do that you never had time to do before. It is all your perception, what you tell. Be so mindful of your words, dear ones, how you speak of it to others, what you speak of it. What are you sharing? If the virus is the only thing in your consciousness, whether spreading positive or negative news, how are you to relax or enjoy this precious gift of time you have? It is all a choice.
I see a question from Ted Gates that Kali Ma wants me to address.
Okay, question. How do I consciously manifest outcomes in my life without fear, subconscious and all, dictating the direction of my co-creation process?
What Kali Ma says is, what is life without fear? Fear is a beautiful thing that is used to redirect you, to get your attention. Why is everyone afraid of fearing? Afraid of fearing. Would you rather stay in a little cave and do nothing? Do you feel accomplished that way? Or what about just moving past your fears, going above and beyond, not giving any fucks about these fears anymore and just leaping over it and then looking back and saying, look what I just did. What once I was afraid of, I no longer am. And then you have new fears. Yay! And the cycle continues, but that's okay because we're learning. Why are we so afraid? The first step is addressing our fears, acknowledging them. A lot of people don't even want to identify it because they're afraid they'll get hit with a bat with their fears. It's very important that you're able to acknowledge them initially. No more time for faking ignorance. Are you afraid of frogs? Are you afraid of spiders, snakes, any living creature? You hate playing in the dirt? Admit it. And then take the next steps. If you
Lilith is showing me a visual of this fire. She's like, what if fear is the fire under your ass that humans call motivation? What if fears can be a driving force to get you out of stagnancy into taking action? And as Elizabeth, I can share very human perspective. I spent the last couple days, getting food and supplies for lockdown while grocery stores are open. And then my refrigerator, all the food was warm and it broke. And I had a lot of fears about money. And I had to deal with my emotions and human fears and concerns. And I'm like, no, I'm going to channel anyway, because this is what I'm passionate about, what I'm going to do. And it's my choice to be here in this energy. And it's always a choice. I see a comment from Morgan. I'm straight up exhausted.
I was just looking at that.
And Yeshua's response, if you are exhausted, allow the body to rest without guilt, without shame. Make it a sleep vacation. Allow yourself the ultimate luxury of doing nothing without pressure, without obligation. Many are experiencing ascension flu symptoms rather than actual viral flu. If you are exhausted, honor your body, curl up in a blanket and rest. It is the guilt of do, and you must accomplish. Simply have the luxury of doing nothing. If you need to nap, then nap. Honor your human body.
Yes, exactly. Morgan Kalima wants to remind you and ask you, how are you honoring yourself at this time? Are you ignoring those nudges from your body? Sleep the day away if need be. Cancel plans if you need to. Any digital plans that you may have. Try to take the day to yourself. You can't do much when you're exhausted. Monica asks, how do we empaths embrace these energies?
Yeshua says, what does the word empath mean to you? Is this word empowering or disempowering? Often there's a confusion between sympathy and empathy. It does not serve to take others' emotional, spiritual, or physical pain into your form, or to constantly absorb what is not yours. EFT or tapping may be very helpful for those of you who identify as empaths. A practice to tap on the points of your face and your collarbone. What is mine is mine. What is yours is yours. Allow yourself to release the role of holding or suffering for others. Remember, you are God in a body, and so is every other human you meet. If they are in suffering or fear, know that it serves whatever they chose to experience on earth. It was the choice of their higher self for their own soul lessons and expansion. Allow others to be the God that they are. You cannot change them or heal them or fix them. They are already perfect. They are already a God. Allow them to be as they are, and refocus empaths on yourselves, on your relationship with yourself. How are you honoring your own needs and your own hearts? Recenter in your own heart.
Kalima says, mind your business. Consider what you can do for the community that you have. Anything outside of that, ask yourself if it is any of your business. So many times we look at the news, we obsess over details that are none of our concern, that we cannot do anything about, that is completely out of our control, that we have no connection to. And because we feel out of control, that's when we want to hang on even tighter. Look at your neighbors around you. Look at your people around you, the family, your loved ones, and yourself. That's your business. You. So continue asking yourself, is this my business or is it not? What can I do? How can I serve myself? And how can I serve others? You are first. Others are next. How can you serve the community around you? Instead of jumping around to others and getting in their business and trying to play a role that you are not fit for and that you are not supposed to play. Mind your business.
Lilith is practically busting down the door. The
What is
experience
it, Lilith?
the experience of others is not your business, your obligation, or your responsibility. It's great that you wish to help and serve others, but you are completely ineffective if you are not honoring yourself, focusing on yourself, and serving your own needs first. If you are continually exhausted, like a bucket with a hole in it, you have nothing to give to others, nothing to help the community or the world. You are here as a sovereign being for your own creation, for your own purposes. Divine selfishness at these times is required. Your physical health, your emotional health, your spiritual and emotional well-being, you must tend to yourself before you can tend to your romantic partner, your children, your parents, your family or loved ones. If you are not making yourself the priority, loving and tending to yourself, you are doing a disservice to others. You are not capable to help or assist them if you are neglecting your own needs. Just like the airplane, you got to put the oxygen mask on yourself before anyone else. It is not your obligation to be up in everyone else's business or to try to save others. If you wish to serve all of humanity and the whole of the world, serve yourself first. Face yourself. Be in that isolated room. Sit with yourself. Get to know yourself. Self-inquiry. Reconnect to your heart. How do you love yourself? How do you care for yourself? What is your divine will of what you want to do with your life and what you're here to create? What are you here to experience? Love yourself first, and then that love will radiate to all others. You gotta take care of yourself first. Nothing else is your business.
Lightworkers asks, what do they have to share about grounding the body at this time? What Kali Ma is showing me is, again, the imagery of drumming. And she says, getting back into nature's natural rhythm, making drums out of anything around your house. And she shows me a canister of oatmeal and just shaking that and stomping around the house and just getting plants. Now's a perfect time to just nurture and get a relationship with your plants and talk to them. Build a nature within your home. Don't be stuck on your computers and phones all day. Let's not use this time to just obsess over what's happening online. If it's causing you to disconnect from your true nature, then rethink that if it's actually serving you.
Light workers, how can we best help others integrate or simply become aware of using the technology of compassion?
I feel like that's for you.
You are way showers, dear ones. And as Lilith came through in your own channeling, quiet compassion. You can be compassionate and choose not to talk about COVID-19 at all. You can choose what is most loving and compassionate to your own hearts and energy, and then radiate that compassion out for others. All light workers, you are way showers. What is most compassionate to you? To be in your boundaries, to be in your truth, to hold space for others without absorbing their frequency, without making their business yours to solve or fix. Find what is compassionate to yourself first. And by standing in your compassion, you teach all others to be compassionate.
What Kali Ma says is, why are you so ashamed of being okay? What is wrong with being okay while everyone else is fearful and anxious? Try that first. Being compassionate with yourself and loving and accepting that you feel okay and great despite what others may feel, and that even though you feel great and amazing and not fearful like others, you can still assist others in helping them feel great and helping them bring in the light and helping them seeing the light in this. What is wrong with feeling okay right now? It's okay that you're not afraid. It's okay that your world isn't upside down. It's okay if everything is normal for you. Do not be ashamed of that. Be grateful, be in gratitude. Don't try to seek out the fears that other people may have. If you are fearful, then you are fearful. If you are great and in gratitude, then be great and feel that gratitude and realize that that love and that light that's shining through has a purpose and it's meaningful. And what would the world be like if 100% of us were feeling down in the dumps and heavy? Don't you know we need your light? It's okay to feel great when everyone feels crappy. You are not rubbing anything in anyone's faces. Your greatness, your light is not, and I see a very clear visual of this. Thank you, Kali Ma. Your greatness light is not smearing shit into other people's faces. That is not what it's doing. It's doing quite the opposite. You're increasing your energy, you're increasing the radius. Your light is needed at this time. So don't try to bring it down. You can't anyway. You're too bright.
I'm hearing Yeshua sing that Lego movie song, "Everything is awesome."
Oh.
He's like, this is what it means to be the light that you are, to be way showers. If your frequency is high and you feel great, it's no disservice to others to actually be, I feel great. I am at peace, to shine and to be different than the rest. If you feel good, share with others your joy that you feel good. There is no shame that you are okay or even that you are awesome. You are so bright, my beautiful beloved ones. You cannot hide the light that you are. It is your choice now, light workers, star seeds, to fully embrace and embody the light that you are. It is okay if you operate on a different frequency than others. If you are not experiencing fear, you don't have to try to put yourself where others are to relate to them. You are here to shine, to hold the light. If you are awesome, be awesome. And that serves all others in compassion. To embrace and embody all that you are unapologetically. He just keeps singing. He's dancing and walking around, and he just keeps singing, "Everything is awesome." I can't stop laughing.
It's a cute movie. I'm just
Oh,
seeing if I missed any questions up there.
I think there are a few. I see one from Morgan. I feel like I struggle to help keep people in their hearts. Yeshua says, connect in breath and stay in your own heart.
Mm-hmm.
And that is enough.
Gladiator in Sweats asks, how can I connect more consciously with you, Kalima? And she says, embracing your anger more. You don't have to be happy and smiling all the time. You can be pissed. What do you create when you're pissed off? How are you able to transmute that? Or do you shove it away and think it's useless? You can create when you're pissy. You can create when you're feeling loving joy. Both are useful.
Oh, yeah, Yeshua says.
I love your laugh.
Yeshua's like, being pissy is highly efficient for cleaning your house. He's showing us like we're all children in timeout, that we have to clean our physical houses and our emotional houses and like just sit there and face yourself. Oh, I'm trying to see if we missed any questions. Dawn says, I'm feeling confused as I'm going to work to help others. Do you have any messages, please?
Confused about what?
And let's see. Oh, just trying to catch up on the chat. Okay, please elaborate that question and we'll get back to you.
Yes. I know that, hold on. Cadence had a question. I'm trying to find it. Oh, Cadence asks, anything that I need to hear? Kalima says, any loving words from Yeshua right now before I strike her with my sword?
Kali has been speaking of drumming and rhythm and cadence. Your namesake is that rhythm. Reconnect to the rhythm of nature. Even if you can only open the window or tend to house plants. Reconnect to the rhythm of your body, to sound, to movement, to dance. Find your own cadence.
Kalima says, why are you afraid of yourself? Why are you afraid of your own thoughts and opinions and fears? Why are you afraid of moving? Why are you afraid of picking any direction to go? You fear being stuck, but you fear moving. Which thing makes more sense to do? If you fear being stuck, then make a decision. There is such a thing as waiting too long. Believe that any choice that you make is the right choice. And she's saying right choice and rolling her eyes. Right choice. And how will you know what the right choice is? You won't. You should get more lessons and blessings, maybe a little bit of pain, but we all get pain. We all have a little bit of suffering because that's how we choose to learn nowadays. But make a decision. Why are you afraid?
Yeshua is saying, trust yourself as your own guide. Self-inquiry. Any choice you make is the right choice for you. But to sit in anxiety and suffering, feeling trapped as you cannot move in any direction whatsoever, how does this serve you? You are strong enough to guide yourself and know that any choice you make will serve you.
I think that we should address any of the healthcare workers who are serving other people right now and are very much needed and appreciated, and see if there's any messages that we have for them. So we have a few people who are commenting about that right now.
Yeah, cadence. I have a similar concern about being at work. I want to be with my family too, but I feel obligated to be working at the hospital.
Mm-hmm. And Morgan's working in healthcare, and Dawn is a care worker.
Yeah. Personal, I used to be a CNA for 5 years, and I have many relatives and friends who are in hospitals now, and I have so much compassion and love for all the friends, family members, and soul family who are out there being of service to others. What I hear Yeshua saying is to be very mindful of your emotions and your fears, of how stress and anxiety can weaken the immune system, to be strong in your boundaries. If you are at an essential or critical business with the news playing 24/7, and this heart feels psychologically like you are being battered, stand in your sovereignty and your boundaries, turn off the television or ask for it to be turned off. You have rights to your sovereignty, or to tell people, I don't wish to speak of that right now. Honoring yourself and your own individual needs will strengthen your immunity and your body.
Kali Ma speaks of taking an energetic bath every day. And by cleansing your aura, physically showering with Epsom salts, and using essential oils to place on the soles of your feet, just so you stay grounded and kind of continue to let your radiant light shine. It's very easy, especially in hospital settings, to get connected and attached to different entities, she's saying. And entities is not a harmful or fearful word, but literally my dog barking as I say entities. Entities just being things that, little critters that you may want to clean up that may not serve you at the end of the day. So do your aura clearing, clear your emotional layer of your aura, clear your etheric layer, shine out your white light over yourself, get in your God bubble at the beginning of the day, at the end of each day. It's important to just be able to reset and reground and remember who you are after helping sick people each day. It's easy to become so attached to their fears and concerns and sickness, but remember why you are in the situation to begin with, because you are strong and you are capable. So remember who you are at the end of each day and spend some time with yourself, even if it's 5 minutes, even if it's 10 seconds, spending time in solitude, breathing deeply in and out, saying a thank you to each of the people that you helped, sending them a blessing, and receiving the thanks that they have for you and appreciation that they have for you each day. And thank you for your service.
Isis is coming through, popping in. She's always so practical and amazing. Specifically for those working in hospitals, she's saying the importance to take breaks regularly, on your breaks, try to go outside and get fresh air, or go into a room or an area where you can be by yourself and to meditate or to take at least 3 deep breaths. Essential oils are very helpful if you can keep it in your car, in your locker. Some places have policies you can't use it there, but I'm shown very much that thought forms of others, entities, to constantly be clearing them out of your aura and energetic field as vigilantly as you wash your hands, as you cleanse your body, to be very aware of your own energy signature. What are your thoughts? What are your emotions? What are your feelings? And what is possibly being absorbed by others? For those who use Reiki, it can be very beneficial to run Reiki on yourself before and after your shifts, or to envision golden light in a big bubble and circle around you, or to use white light and repeat a mantra that is beneficial. I only align in Christ consciousness. I align to my highest and best good. There are many mantras that are beneficial in these times, to be mindful and Many of you healthcare workers are very overburdened. Take your breaks. Step out into doorways or outside. Get fresh air as often as possible. Mind your nutrition and honor your body's needs. And advocate for yourselves that you take breaks, that your mental and emotional wellness is honored, that you must honor that before you can properly care for others. I am Isis, and I love you.
Sylvia asks, many light workers are anxious because they think they're not capable of bringing their missions to fruition in the material world. What can be said to awaken hope? Ma is saying, well, now's your time to shine. What is it about destruction that makes people feel like they cannot create? Isn't destruction the perfect time to start something new? To start rebuilding? To form a new way? Now is your time if you seek it.
Lightworker 613, they did this awesome Arturian channeling the other day, and their big message is humanity is being gifted the gift of time right now. Everyone who has a dream, who wants to create a new project or build a business, that this is that opportunity to really to build, to create. Just that reminder that life works in cycles of creation, destruction, and recreation. I hear Yeshua now, that simply being, connecting to your hearts as way showers, being the light that you are, isn't that in fact your soul mission? Embody your light, embody all that you are. That is your mission, dear ones. Do not focus so much on the material or a feeling. Does pressure to create and physicality serve you? Go within yourselves, embrace all that you are. Give yourself permission to unabashedly, without giving any craps, be all that you are. And from that, your soul mission will flow. So many see abundance or manifestation or wealth as being outside of themselves. This is a time for humanity to go within. It is only from within that you may accomplish your soul mission. Be the God that you are.
And Kali Ma says, think about all of the people hoarding wealth and they have to stay in their homes.
Oh, did it freeze up?
Oh, I'm back. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Are we unfrozen? Okay.
You are unfrozen, yes. Hoarding wealth, who are having a hard time connecting within themselves, who are having a hard time figuring out what to do with themselves when they're not able to go in the outside world and show their material wealth. There is nothing wrong with material wealth if you choose that path. But what about inside? What do you have when all that goes away? Do you still feel whole? Do you feel like yourself? Do you know yourself?
Yeshua is saying that gratitude is the quickest way to change your frequency. That regardless of material goods or what's in the bank account, that if you connect, you can find something to feel gratitude for.
I think we answered all the questions.
If we missed any of your questions, please retype it at the bottom. It can be hard to keep up on chat. And clearly Lilith is here too, if you have anything in her direction. Okay, Corey is asking if Kali Ma has any messages for her.
Let's see. It is within your divine grace and light that you can be yourself. When do you feel most graceful? When do you feel like the most angelic being? And she's showing me a ballerina on her tippy toes, just dancing so gracefully next to a bar, next to like the ballerina bar.
Oh, I can't hear you. Is our sound still okay?
Loving with you right now. She's showing me more imagery of white feathers and just ballerinas doing pirouettes and twirling, and wants you to recall your memories of being and feeling graceful, because you can always call them in again by reconnecting with those memories. And that's never going away. Am I frozen?
I can hear you, but it froze. We might need to repeat that. Let me see. I can hear you now. Corey, were you able to hear that, or do we need to repeat? I had the most beautiful visuals. Alanna was describing with Kali of when you feel the most graceful and angelic and flowing. And I had these visuals of Corey with these big, glorious Isis wings and like this headpiece with white ostrich feathers and this flowing, like beautiful white tulle skirt where she felt her most angelic and graceful and fully goddess self. And her feet were like just floating or hovering on midair. It was the most beautiful vision I saw when Kali described that. And we can all connect to what our higher selves, our past lives, our guides and ascended masters, whom are most part of ourselves that we love. And to see that, when do you feel the most goddess-like or angelic? What moments do you love the most about yourself? And you can connect to that. I'm being shown that tonight is the new moon. We were wanting to do a new moon blessing and ceremony. And what I'm being shown right now is journal work. And to write on the title, I love me. And then to write and really think and to go within, what do you love most about yourself? What are you grateful for and appreciate? What parts of you just feel juicy and wonderful and angelic and powerful of your thoughts, your emotions? What do you truly love about yourself? I think that will be a wonderful exercise for whomever that aligns to.
That's perfect timing, because as I was asking Kali for a closing message, she was saying blessings of love. And what better way of doing that than to send yourself blessings of love through journal work and writing out what you love about yourself. And what things from the past did you love about yourself that you'd like to bring in to the present as well? With this new juicy energy that we have under this new moon.
Yeah. And we were thinking about new moon ceremonies, but it doesn't matter what kind of oil or what kind of crystal you have, and no one to stress out to get specific supplies. But if you have any nature objects or things that align and make you feel great, use them and work with them. And Yeshua wants to do a blessing of the water. So, everyone has access to to a glass of water, and I'm going to do this just kind of across. He wants to sing, Elizabeth does not want to sing, but that we're going to, from Yeshua and Kali and the whole Christed collective, just to offer compassion and peace and the frequency of falling in love with yourself again and what it means to love yourself. So I'm going to hold out my hand over this water. Alanna will too. And, using my body as a vessel to bless the water for everyone who is watching that this connects with.
Thank you. Cheers, everyone.
Yes. Happy new moon and falling in love with yourselves again, beloveds. Oh, it looks like we've got a question. From Kavita. How can we make use of the 9 nights of Goddess Nirvarti. What a powerful period.
Why is this a powerful period?
Isn't every day, every moment a powerful period if you choose it to be? Yes, in collective consciousness, this is a powerful period to honor the goddess, but honor the goddess within yourselves.
All right. Well, this was wonderful.
I still see visions of Corey twirling and dancing like your higher self. Your higher self is in the background, like dancing, and Yeshua is singing. Like you're having a party over here.
It was so like,
keep dancing and twirling and playing. This is a gift of time to fall in love with yourself, to know yourself, to face and embrace all that you are, you know, and to laugh and to play. I'm going to go put on a swirly dress and twirl around because that sounds like great fun to me. This has been so beautiful to my heart, and I'm so glad I was able to do this, even though I was in a really crappy, fearful frequency like an hour ago. It's all a choice, and I love you all so much.
Thank you. Thank you all. And where can we find you again, Elizabeth?
Currently, my YouTube and Patreon are Divine Creatrix, and I'm on Facebook, and gonna get my website up in the next couple days, www.creatrix121.com. And where can we find you, Alanna?
Okay. My website is alannaheavenly.com. This is my YouTube channel, and subscribe. And if you want to hear more channelings, I'm planning a channeling of Toni Morrison coming up. I'm excited about. And yeah, I often do Ask Kalima anything videos and everything like that. So I'm on Instagram and Facebook under Alanna Heavenly as well. But I'm so happy that we were able to share this time with everyone. It was beautiful. And
yes,
thank you, Elizabeth. You are beautiful.
It's been so amazing to co-channel with you, and we're definitely going to plan more of these in the future because it's so fun to play together. And I'm wishing everyone an amazing day and love you.
Yes, love you guys. Take care.
Yes.
Be well.